Hi, this is an episode of Jacob Lenhoff Tours America. I am Jerimiah, and I will be answering some questions for Jacob on Jacob Lenhoff's YouTube channel. So, the first question Jacob had for me is, where did I grow up? Okay, well, I grew up in a very rural area in south central Kansas, in Sumner County, about 20 minutes from the Oklahoma border, or about 45 minutes thereabouts southwest of Wichita, Kansas. The second question he had is, how did I get to own my own farm? Well, that is still a work in progress, to be honest with you. It's something that takes decades to do. But when I was in high school, I worked as much as I could, and I had a savings account, and I put as much in that savings account as I could. And then when I graduated high school, I got a job at the local grain elevator, and I worked as much overtime as I could, and I put as much money in that savings account as I could. And in time, I was able to buy me a pickup truck, and then eventually a stock trailer, and some cows. We had some grass, not very, just a few acres. I ran a few cows on, and I just kept chucking money in that savings account until eventually, and selling them cows, till I could afford the down payment on a quarter section of ground. And I started building it from there. At first, I had to have a neighbor do all the farming for me because I didn't have any equipment or anything, and I was working umpteen hours trying to make the note and buy equipment. So he farmed it on shares. I got a third, he got 2/3. And eventually I got my own junk equipment, and I started farming it. I couldn't cut it. I had to hire custom cutters to cut it and neighbors to cut it because I didn't have a combine or a grain truck or anybody to haul it. So that's how I got started into it. Another question he had was, what's my most memorable moment on the farm? Well, as I just mentioned, I always had to have someone else cut my own grain for me. So I'd say for me, it was when I bought my first combine and grain truck at a local auction, and I got to cut my crop for the first time and haul it to town. To me, that was probably the most lasting, memorable thing I had got. The last question he had is, what is the easiest job on the farm? Well, there really isn't. The closest I could say is when everything's with the working ground and a four-wheel drive tractor, and it's not too wet, and it's not too dry, and everything's running smooth. That's the easiest part of the job, or the farming. However, just like that, it can take a 360-degree turn, and you can have a lot of damage done, and you can spend a lot of time trying to figure out what happened, what to fix, how to do it, and it could get ugly in a hurry. It can go from about the easiest job to the most difficult, strenuous job. 100-degree heat in the middle of the afternoon, in the middle of a field, no shade trees, bugs biting you like they're biting me now, and no tools. You might be 7-10 miles from home, could be 3 o'clock in the morning, with a little hot radiator hose in your tractor's stuck there, and you got a 7-mile walk home or knock on someone's door at 3 a.m. It can get ugly in a hurry. But anyway, this is the end of the interview on Jacob Lenhoff Tours America, and I thank you, Jacob, for the questions, and I thanks to all of you for watching, and we will see you in the next episode.